Final. Fight! Raiden. Fight! Come Fight! Liu Kang. Scorpion. Fight! Fight! Excellent!
Testing. Attention, please. Hey guys, what's up? It's Torentsu here again. I can't believe it's already another Monday night stream. It just seems like the weeks fly by, do they not? Anyway, I was kind of looking over my views and viewership the past few weeks, and I realized you guys really love Mortal Kombat. Like, I get a lot of views on Mortal Kombat, so I think it's kind of an injustice, no midway pun intended, that I haven't put out more Mortal Kombat content lately. So I decided we would do the Classic Mortal Kombat all character challenge, and what this is you can see there's a little timer over here using Live Split, which is normally a speedrunner tool. So I thought we would play through the original Mortal Kombat with all of the characters, and we'll see how quickly we can do it, and we should have time to at least start Mortal Kombat 2 tonight if we go at our usual stream. I'm kind of curious just where we'll be at after an hour or so. Because Mortal Kombat 2 is going to take a little bit longer because the fight tower's longer. There's more characters. The AI is a bit trickier. But we're just going to get started with Mortal Kombat 1. Also, hey, Riven Mike, how you doing? Glad you're in the stream there. Good to see you. Welcome to anybody else who's out there. I see we've got a few people watching. I appreciate you as always. Anyway, we're just going to go ahead and jump right in. And so the way the timer up here works is I've got it mapped to my controller. So when we start and when we clear a section, I'll tag it and it will update that time for us. Now, I'm not going to do this super hardcore speedrunning. You know, most of the time if you were doing a super hardcore speedrun of like beating a game or a challenge, you wouldn't do things like fatalities and stage finishers and that type of stuff. I probably will at least do a few of them because I think they're cool. That kid in me, I really just want to see what this time would look like, what this run would be like doing this. And somebody may have done it before, but we're going to give it a shot. Let me check the live feed just to make sure you guys can see everything and hear everything. It looks like you can. That's great. All right, let's go ahead and get started with the all character challenge. We're playing on normal, by the way. I just got the game set on normal, no fancy tricks. And that's 3, 2, 1. Let's jam. So what did I say? Sonya first? Let's go to Sonya. I mean, you could really do whoever you want to. I think I just misstarted it because I pressed the wrong button. Let's try this again. There we go. I'll try to keep my hand off the split button this time. A lot of times I play that as my block button, but today I've got it set as the split button, so I've got to make sure not to accidentally press that.
Sonya wins.
Sonya is top tier competitively in MK1 if you are such a dinosaur that you play Mortal Kombat 1 competitively because of that move right there. Of course, the AI can deal with it probably much easier than a player could. Like I said, the fatalities lose a lot of time, so if it was a super serious speedrun, you wouldn't do them, but I think they're cool. I'm not going for any world record here. Pretty much every character in MK1 has some specific tricks that they can use versus the AI.
Sonya wins.
Of course, unfortunately, we've got the Sonya Kano fight right here at the beginning. The rivals should have been at the end. You gotta love those old MK1 sound effects.
Fatality.
So we're level 3 there. Yeah, it's gonna start being kind of a butthead, so you can't just play as DJ Sammy wild and young and free as we would like.
Sonya wins. Sonya wins.
Oh, yeah.
Fatality.
Is it Test Your Might?
Your might.
Elizabeth Malecki, if you're out there, come be on the show. We'll do an interview with episode.
Fight.
This stage is really fun with Liu Kang because you can do his fatality into the stage pit there.
Fight.
Normally knocking someone down there doesn't count as a fatality unless you're playing as Liu Kang. Ow. Ow.
Liu Kang
Transit move
wins.
every time.
Fight. Sonya wins. Fight.
Can't believe that hit.
Sonya wins.
And I hope you like jump kicks, because it's Mortal Kombat 1, you're going to get to see a lot of them.
Sonya
Just trying to get
wins.
cute there.
Fatality. Fight.
Sub-Zero has a slide which he will use to try to catch you sleeping, but he doesn't use it near enough to be super dangerous. Not like Liu Kang. This is bad.
Sub-Zero wins.
It's like the facts of life, you just have to take them sometimes. That's pretty much instantly. There's no way I can escape that.
Sonya wins.
It's all about spacing. You can't just do that blindly. If you're too close, it won't work. Ah. Ooh. It's a scary one.
Sonya wins. Fatality. Test your might.
She has some very red lipstick on that day. They didn't do a very good job with the player 2 palette in this game. Like, you can see all kind of graphical glitches on it.
Sonya wins.
And I didn't do a very good job with that match.
Fight.
I've never seen them time that uppercut that well before. So you like chip damage. Not my game.
Sonya wins. Sonya. Fight. Sonya wins.
That ducking low kick is a lot more useful than I realized in previous playthroughs.
Sonya wins. Fatality.
Get wrecked, Sonya. Now we get to go to the real fun part. And by that I mean the part that's not fun at all. I don't know, Kano is actually kind of fun to fight because he has so much stuff that's punishable. Maybe fun stuff like that. Except he can do that dumb like fake out ball that humans can't do. Ow. Oh no, I meant to jump forward. This is ridiculous. I love the MK1 AI. It's so funny.
Fight.
Oh. Done.
Sonya wins. Fatality. Fight.
Oh, son, pack it up. Ow, ow, ow. Thanks. And I've just wasted way too much time on this game.
Wins.
And you can beat the endurances the exact same way you can beat the others. Just like this. If you don't know anything about the AI in this game, if you can kind of learn the jump kick distance, you've got it. It may take you a few tries, but you can do it. That's because he is, SMZ. How you doing, man? That is exactly what he was wearing when they digitized him that day.
Sonya wins. Fight.
We're in trouble here. Yeah, fun fact about Ho Sung Pak, the actor that played Liu Kang in this game. He was supposed to be bald because he's a Shaolin monk, but the actor refused to shave his head, and they couldn't find anybody else. So they're just like, okay, we'll just roll with it. And so that's how we got Liu Kang with that thick, voluptuous head of hair.
Sonya wins.
The campaign.
Test your might.
Oh, you Smash players in your lingo. We just call it the arcade mode. Because in the old days, that's literally what it was. It was just the arcade. You just played through the game and fought all the opponents.
Fight.
If you want to be really like old school Mortal Kombat, you can call it a battle plan. Because that's what the first game calls it. They're super stupid. Like the old school AI is super dumb. It's just made to waste your time and take your course. Don't play it. Thanks for that.
Sub-Zero wins. Fight.
Oh no. It's full of broken stuff like that too. Oh, this is bad. Yeah, we're in a bad position there.
Johnny Cage wins.
You're not even really playing a fighting game in Mortal Kombat 1 through 3. It's more like you're playing almost like a chess match with the AI. It's the closest thing I could think of to describe it. Because he just reacts to my buttons. He's not really fighting me, he's just reacting to button presses. So you can get in situations where you just have to take damage to get out of it. Oh, I guess we were both in danger.
Sonya wins.
Dumb thing about AI Johnny Cage, like if you're a player character and you get your shadow kick blocked, you can get super punished for that hard, but an AI, because they're always reading the input, as soon as they see your next input, they'll just counter whatever it is. Unless they straight up whiff, then you can do it. Sub-Zero and Johnny Cage is a really bad combination to get for the endurance match. Yeah, there's nothing I can do.
Sub-Zero wins.
That's alright, we'll get it. Definitely not the endurance combination I would have liked to have started with. Because his sprite, when he throws that projectile, it makes your kick miss. Dumb stuff like that exchange happens. And then if he freezes you in air, he closes a lot of distance, and you don't want that. There we go. And then Johnny Cage has a transit move, that move, and he will actually, the AI will position itself so that it will block if it does that move. Unless you get in a rare situation like that where he does it and you're above him and you just kick.
Sonya wins.
The single player campaign. The Mortal Kombat campaign. Come on. Good kick to the face usually helps that. Alright, Johnny Cage, be good. Johnny, be good. 2 more. Now what sucks about this next fight is Goro is going to drop mid-screen right in front of me and probably instantly grab and pound me before I even have a chance to jump, which is fantastic. Yep, see? Stupid thing. Thanks a lot, Ed Boon. No, that's alright, Kendon. In MK1, let me think. MK1 doesn't have the biggest cast. Like if I'm playing a match against somebody to try to win, I'm probably gonna pick Sonya just because the leg grab is so fun. As far as favorite, I'd probably say like Sub-Zero in MK1, Sub-Zero or Raiden. As far as aesthetic. The one good thing about being grab and pounded in the corner is he taunts and you recover just fast enough to hit him with an uppercut. Alternatively, if you get hit by it in the middle of the screen, you just die. Ow. Ow. The range on that uppercut. Yeah, you'll see when we get to Sub-Zero, he's actually the best character to beat Goro and kind of the game with, honestly. Because he has some black magic he can do. Ow. 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 Sonya's really bad against Goro, unfortunately. She doesn't really have anything. Johnny Cage is really good. Sonya pretty much just has to rely on jump kicks. Oh no.
Sonya wins.
That smile. Like, if I managed to beat that thing, I don't think I'd be smiling. I'd be like getting the heck out of it. It's the worst thing that can happen. This is bad. As soon as I saw me whiff that kick, I'm like, yeah, I'm about to get grabbed.
Sonya.
Don't worry, we got Sub-Zero next. We'll breeze, or shall I say freeze, our way to the top. Here we go. Give that uppercut. What is my projectile? That would help. Low punch, back, low punch. The commands in MK1 are so dumb. Lost focus on the window there, so my controller didn't input for like the first half of that.
Sonya. Fight.
Yeah.
Fight.
Here I thought we figured out a strategy. Not this time.
Sonya.
Why you do this to me, Goro?
Fight.
Oh no, we stopped our timer. And we lost the fight.
Fight.
I think we were about 15 or so minutes. Goro is just ruining my epic screenplay.
Sonya.
I'm going to remap that button for the next one so we don't lose our counter again.
Sonya wins. Fight.
I think the ring sound is stuck on the... we're on to something. Ow. You're kidding me! A draw? A likely story, Ed Boon. Well, at least we got the world first draw against Goro. It's that clutch kick. Oh gosh. Come on, Goro. Goro? Thank you.
Sonya wins.
At least the stupid ring noise stopped. Alright, this guy, he may be a pain, but he'll be much easier than Goro was. Ostensibly. Dang it. Stop. Quit. No. Quit. Did you see that was ducking? Johnny Cage has a mid projectile in the first game. Alright, here we go. It's holding block. Oh no. If that isn't the biggest bag over the head punch in the gut I've ever seen. Ed Boon makes you fight Goro, and then you finally beat Goro, and the last boss just turns into Goro when he starts to lose. Ow. See, this is why I picked Sonya first. We get her out of the way. So get the characters with containment moves. This will get a lot better. I had my finger on the uppercut button, but this grab took priority.
Sonya.
I like this story. That fireball gives me nightmares because if you get hit with it one time, he's going to juggle you to death. See, if we had literally any other character, when he turned into Goro, it would be a good thing because we could just cheese him out. But Sonya really doesn't have much anti-Goro tech, unfortunately. See, look at that. I can block it. He recovers so fast, you can't even punish it. I messed the timer up again. I've got to change that button setting after we're done with this Sonya run here. Otherwise, I'm going to keep pressing that by accident.
Sonya. Fight.
It's so dumb. A human player would not be able to block that because you can just like infinite chain grab almost with that. He just loves turning into Raiden to torture me. Hey, we got one.
Wins. Fight.
The trick is the moment you see that teleport animation to hold block, because he's either going to go over there and do that or shoot lightning. You want him to do the teleport because you got a better chance of punishing him after he does that. Got him. Alright, let's fix that button so that I'm not, like I said, this wasn't a super serious run or anything, but we still don't want to screw with our timer, so. Alright, just remind me when we finish a character we need to go and press the left keyboard button instead. Red, white, and blue there, America. Anyway, let's try our split there.
Giant King.
Alright.
Zero.
Frosty Boy.
Fight.
This will be much better. Totally normal.
Sub-Zero. Win.
Well, if it isn't Smoke from Mortal Kombat 2, how are you doing? AKA the best Smoke. I would rather fight the AI on like very hard stage 10 than the level 1. And I'm good. How about yourself?
Sub-Zero. Win.
Is that 4 down, 4 high punch? Yeah. Never remember.
Fight.
Whoops. There we go. Sub-Zero just gets so much good stuff. Like you can trip and freeze, uppercut, or knock down into a slide for extra damage.
Sub-Zero.
So much good
Wins.
stuff to use against the computer.
Fight.
Even a character like Liu Kang here, you can freeze him out of midair if you're good enough.
Excellent.
Something like that. It's not really a pro speedrun. Because otherwise I wouldn't do fatalities, but like I explained at the beginning, I just think they're cool, so I'm going to do them anyway.
Wins. Fatality.
And I already screwed up by stopping the split on Sonya like 3 or 4 times, so now it looks like I beat Sonya's arcade mode in like 2 minutes. It's more like 15. Everybody loves classic Mortal Kombat, so we're just having some fun playing some old school
Sub-Zero
MK.
wins.
Because MK11 is terrible.
Fight.
Oh, nice. Look at that. The backhand.
Sub-Zero wins. Test your might. Fight.
Just gonna take turns whipping uppercuts at each other. Ow. You were a fool to shadow kick me. Oh, hit me in the nuts. I've never seen the AI use that move. That was almost worth losing just to see the AI do a nut punch.
Sub-Zero wins.
It always bothered me how Johnny Cage lays on the ground in MK1. The Matrix. Come on. F's in the chat for Johnny Cage. You can have some real fun with Kano here.
Sub-Zero wins.
Flawless victory. In MK1 you can actually freeze the AI sometimes. Unlike MK3 where they just always block or jump over it.
Sub-Zero wins. Fatality.
Alright, lightningy boy. Excuse me. Don't punish that with a jump kick normally, but if he's in the corner, you can.
Sub-Zero wins. Fatality. Test your might.
Wish you got to play all the test your might objects in the single player. But you won't unless you get some two-player matches scattered in there. Look at that perfect little walk back. You do this to me, baby. And any fatality menu. I don't really know what my head sprite is doing there. Need a little more time in MS Paint to work on that one. I guess we don't do our slide with our slide command anymore. Beat it.
Sub-Zero wins. Fatality.
Endurance.
Fight.
Ow. Anytime you start off an endurance match, it's great to eat 3 force balls to the face and get pushed into the corner. That's always the optimum strategy.
Johnny Cage wins. Fight.
The great thing about Sonya is she has no ground transit move, so you don't have to worry about her like doing teleports or other stupid stuff.
Sub-Zero wins. Fight.
I should have froze her, that was a dumb mistake. Yeah, see, I can just jump freely away from her and I don't have to worry about her just zooming across the stage.
Sub-Zero
Her head looks like
wins.
Chewbacca there.
Fatality.
We get 2 Kanos.
Fight. Kano wins.
It was a poor showing, to say the least. Let's try that again. When he does his ball, I like to step forward like 1 step and then block, because the AI likes to spin and then stop in front of you so it can punish whatever you do. It's actually quite devious on the part of the AI, but
Sub-Zero wins. Fight!
Sub-Zero just constantly does that. Come at me, bro, with his hand. So dumb.
Volcano wins. Sub-Zero. Fight! Sub-Zero wins. Fight!
Dat pose.
Scorpion wins. Fight! Sub-Zero wins. Test your might.
We used to break anvils all the time in our pro class. Nothing to it. Just punch through it. Don't aim at the surface of it. Just punch through it. Yeah, you'll do it. It's fine. Push it. You ever uppercutted a man that only had a lower half?
Oh no. Raiden wins.
All you had to do, Sub-Zero,
Fight!
was follow the dang train. Come on. All day.
Excellent. Excellent. Raiden wins.
This
Sub-Zero.
displeases me.
Fight. Excellent. Sub-Zero wins. Fight.
Alright, Kano, let's take this nice and easy this time, okay? Don't need to sit here and eat chip damage from knife throw all day. We have a very aggressive Raiden to contend with. In midair! Oh, I forgot that that counts as a finisher. I was going to freeze him and then do the spine rip. Once again, we're right in position to get grabbed by Goro. So here's what you do for Goro. It's my fault. I screwed that up. Normally you don't care if you trade as long as you get the refreeze, which we're not doing a good job of today. But you can see kind of the idea.
Sub-Zero. Fight. Excellent.
There we go. That was perfect.
Sub-Zero wins.
Except for losing half my health. It was perfect. Alright, when this happens, you have to like sweep or something. Basically, you have to be able to cross his body at like the midway point to get the uppercut when he's laying down. If you can't cross all the way across his body, you're not going to be able to uppercut him.
Sub-Zero wins.
And see, now we actually want Shang Tsung to turn into Goro because we can just do that. And he probably won't even get time to turn back. Could never get a long get-up animation there. Ooh. Corner got us on that one.
Sub-Zero. Fight!
Oh, look at this. We went through the floor. I kicked him in the face so many times he actually went into the floor. Good job, Ed Boon. Okay, so about 26 minutes. Epilepsy warning. Do you work at a crypt where a man turns into a man with a funny hat and teleports around and slaps you in the face? Who we got next? Scorpion. Scorpion is going to be a lot of jump kicks because his containment move is not nearly as good. We can do that. Whenever we catch the CPU in a punch cycle, we can throw a spear at the end of it to tag him. You can also do some shenanigans versus Kano. Scorpion, the hardest fatality command in the history of Mortal Kombat.
Scorpion, win. Flawless victory. Fatality.
I get to fight Reptile now, right?
Fight. Scorpion wins. Flawless victory.
I wonder why Ed Boon called him Scorpion. I wonder if it was because of the, like, he stings you with a spear and pulls you in, or he just really likes scorpions. Maybe Ed Boon's a big fan of, like, arachnids. Like, what if the character had been like a spider?
Scorpion wins. Fatality.
Spider wins.
Scorpion wins. Fight.
Yeah, see that little punch cycle to spear combo there? That works. You can do that in MK2 as well.
Scorpion wins. Fatality. Test your might.
If we do get a double flawless victory here, we get to fight Reptile, but I'm probably going to screw it up. No Reptile. Sorry.
Scorpion wins. Fight.
Liu Kang had to be a tool. do this at least. I like how he tried the uppercut and was like, oh wait, that won't work. It's so dumb. You get in the corner, you want to teleport out, and it's just like, nah, stay in the corner.
Scorpion win.
Nope. Throw the ice somewhere else.
Scorpion win. Fatality. Fight.
Nice relaxing Sonya match. Ow. As I get stuck in the corner.
Wins.
Spoke too soon.
Fight.
Ow. Last round was just a comedy of errors.
Scorpion wins. Fight.
Anyway,
Scorpion wins. Test your might.
I do wonder where they got that stone block to digitize for that little scene there, or if it was just like a piece of styrofoam or something. I'll take that trade all day long.
Scorpion win.
I suppose there is some like character specific like strategies in this for the AI, but you really don't need them. But this is one of them you can do.
Scorpion win.
Scorpion's spear in these old games is just so incredibly slow.
Excellent. Scorpion
Got it.
wins. Fight.
Sometimes that won't hit, so that's kind of a risk to jump kick that spin ball. Sometimes it'll either whiff or you'll take damage. So you have to be careful with that. I got a little overzealous and it worked out, fortunately. Oh, that was dumb. Oh, that's so stupid.
Raiden wins.
Who are we playing? Scorpion?
Scorpion.
Working our way across.
Fight.
Making my way downtown. Please don't copyright strike me for humming Vanessa Carlton.
Scorpion wins.
This was a cool stage. It's a shame they never brought this back more, but I guess it was because it'd be kind of dumb to have a stage with just the original however many characters. I think it's 7. Plus Goro. We got any MK11 players watching? What do you guys think about the whole Shiva stomp situation? I saw that Shiva finally won a tournament. I guess it was yesterday. I think it was Titanium Tigers, actually, the guy that they tried to ban for making fun of him. Way out.
Wins.
Yeah, let me get hit with every one of those. Oh no.
Liu Kang wins. Scorpion. Fight.
Oh, what? So dumb.
Liu Kang win.
I hate this game.
Fight.
Never gonna play it again, I swear. One thing that I find funny about MK1 is how dedicated they were to everyone having a sash so that you knew they were a martial arts expert. Like you look at Johnny Cage here, he's wearing a red sash, which my karate style doesn't really do. We just stop at black and like different degrees of black. Anything else this scene is like maybe slightly arrogant.
Scorpion.
But like your ninjas all have a sash on. Liu Kang is wearing a belt. You just kind of can't see it. Johnny Cage has a red sash. Goro has one. Shang Tsung is wearing one, despite the fact he just fights with other people's moves. Flying kick is the bane of my existence. It's like, what's the worst place that the AI could be at? Here's a move that puts him right there.
Scorpion wins. Fight.
Back, Liu Kang, back. He tried so hard to hit me with that. I didn't realize we were that close to dying. That's probably going to be it because he did that.
Johnny Cage wins. Fight.
Like, the jumping is so weird in MK. Like, you should be able to punish that out of the air, but you just can't reliably do it with some characters. When you block that, that's why MK3 has punishment frames. So it's like, hey, attack, miss, punish me. But this game is a little bit more like Tekken, and everybody has kind of their own punish, or they may not have a punish for a given move. And that was dumb. He just magically blocked in the middle of getting punched. AI advantage.
Scorpion. Fight.
I hate his transit moves.
Liu Kang.
Well, the good thing is when we get to Liu Kang, we won't have to fight Liu Kang except one time.
Fight.
But the game just loves to pit me against Liu Kang as many times as possible when I'm not using him. I hate that stupid move. Let's waste as much of my time as possible, Liu Kang. Thank you. Much appreciated.
Scorpion. Fight.
Like, he's gonna keep doing it till it hits. There we go.
Scorpion wins. Fight. Excellent.
Oh, that's so dumb. He should be able to be punished right there, but instead he threw me.
Scorpion wins. Test your might.
Here, let me break my hand on the steel. keep forgetting that there's no ducking low punch in this. They're both uppercuts. This MK1 was fancy like that. It's 2 uppercuts. Gee, Bill, your mom lets you have 2 uppercut buttons? Stop.
Sub-Zero wins.
I pretty much hate every character in this game now that I think about it.
Fight.
I take back what I said earlier. They're all my least favorite characters. With the exception of Ermac. MK1 Ermac. The best Ermac. Because he doesn't exist. Oh, this is so dumb. Oh, that was beautiful.
Wins. Scorpion. Fight.
Howdy.
Scorpion wins. Fight.
Stop.
Excellent.
Straight up jump kick instantly that they do is probably the worst thing in this game. It guarantees when you get in a corner you have no reliable way to get out.
Excellent.
Oh no, do uppercut, not that.
Scorpion wins. Fight. Scorpion. Fight. Scorpion wins.
Sorry about that radio silence there a second. The kid came to tell me goodnight. Don't necessarily want her exposed on the internet. It's too late for me, but maybe there's some hope for her. The internet was a mistake. Oh no! For some reason, your spear is locked out after that initial hit. Sub-Zero's is not.
Scorpion wins.
I don't know why they did it that way. I don't know if that was intentional or unintentional or a glitch or both or what. Oh, did you see that? He transformed back so the uppercut wouldn't hit him. Just insanely clutch stuff a human would never be able to pull off. It's 1,000 IQ galaxy brain level play.
Wins.
Not this time. Okay, that time. I'm still waiting on the day when someone makes a hack to make these two guys playable in the arcade version. Goro and Shang Tsung. I don't know how you would do Shang Tsung. It would be a little difficult. Probably could be done. It took us nearly 20 years in Maine to get the other bosses playable in the other games. This is the last holdout.
Scorpion.
I like how he turns into another character to be stunned because they couldn't be bothered to make a stun animation for Shang Tsung. Gosh, Midway in the 90s was so lazy. And because that juggles, we lost. He just sat there and took it.
Scorpion.
This is a good one to take advantage of, specifically because we can trade spears. Just a couple of ninjas showing each other their spear. And then you can get ground pounded by...
Scorpion wins.
Stupid straight up jump kick, so broken. Oh, we blocked it that time. For whatever reason. You have to delay it a little bit. It's not like Sub-Zero's where you just throw it out as soon as possible. It's almost like he stands up into the spear itself. Alright, who we got next? Raiden? Fortunately, I think... Well, actually, Raiden has this. Yeah. So, see some fun stuff with him.
Raiden wins. Raiden wins.
Do some funky stuff there. We get to do some torpedo shenanigans.
Raiden wins. Flawless victory. Fight.
It won't work as well as we go further on. We can abuse them while we can.
Raiden wins. Fight.
He's also got pretty good range on his kick because he goes forward, so we can hit out of those post-projectile moments sometimes. I like how he teleports back into the corner so they can continue to wail on you. Smooth move, Raiden.
Raiden wins.
It's like, huh, I can teleport instantly. I should teleport back into the exact same place. I'm sure that's what the player wants in this circumstance. Hey, that's my strat. I would contest that I was on the ground holding back at that point.
Raiden wins. Test your might.
I'll take that trade.
Raiden wins.
Raiden has a really long projectile, so you can trick computer opponents into standing up into it. Kano. And punish a blocked projectile knife up close with an uppercut, which is nice.
Raiden wins. Fight.
Oh, that was cool.
Raiden wins.
Johnny Cage.
Johnny Cage wins.
Johnny Cage is Green Projectile, the movie. I would still rather watch that than that Cole Turner movie they've got coming out. I'll probably go see it, but I don't have any high hopes for it.
Raiden wins.
I tried to do the fatality, but I messed it up. That command is kind of awkward to do.
Test your might.
What a Chad, man. He just like open palm broke that thing.
Raiden
Yeah, right.
wins.
Kick my back. My up back right. Stop screwing up, that'd be great.
Raiden wins.
Let's see.
Raiden wins.
A guide said it's high punch. It may be low punch. I don't remember. I don't play as Raiden much in this. Ow. The timing on that is really tight, but it's fun to block that and then punish it with a kick into the torpedo. And the torpedo is really great on endurance when they hop in, because not only is it a free hit with pretty decent damage, you're pushing them far away, so you can get your jump kick set up.
Raiden wins.
Didn't do it that time. Will you please stop throwing that? Please? So note to self, when we get to Kano, if opponent whiffs anything, just do Kano ball. The controller is really having some issues here.
Cage wins.
It's too bad. Let's swap to the stick. Forgot who we were playing against.
Raiden. Fight.
Yeah, you see, it got me that time. Look at that. I hope that when we do this match again, he throws more knives. That would be conducive. I hope we see a few more knives this time.
Raiden.
Oh, and we got Sub-Zero waiting us. The next one, great. Some ice and slides going. You're trash, Kano. I don't know what that was. I've never seen that. It's not right. If he takes, I wish he could take a little bit more time to stand up. We could have easily won that had Raiden gotten up off the floor, but instead he just has to take 5 forevers to stand up. Eat electricity, chump. Yep. Controller didn't take my input, but it's okay, we still won. Oop. Oop. For those of you playing at home, be sure to count the knives for your chance to win. Swear that knife. I swear that green force ball. Force ball. That's like the most generic projectile ever. It's like you've got greats like the Hadouken and Big Tornado. What does Johnny Cage have? Force ball.
Johnny Cage win.
Big Tornado. I should play some, what is that, Fighter's Destiny? Karnov's Revenge. Yeah, this controller is causing me some grief here.
Johnny Cage
Try to jump back and he just jumps straight up, and that's like the absolute worst thing you can do. Alright, let's try not to get caged this time. Not Johnny Cage, not Cage the Elephant, not Xander Cage.
Raiden wins. Fight.
What if they made a Fast and the Furious movie, but instead of Xander Cage? No, Xander Cage is from like that movie Triple X, right? Yeah, what if they did that movie again, but they replaced Xander Cage with Johnny Cage? You didn't know we were going to be talking about old Vin Diesel movies tonight, did you? Maybe I'll play the Chronicles of Riddick game.
Raiden wins.
Which I heard was actually not that bad, if I remember correctly. Very nice. Getting back in the swing of it now. Raiden is a lot floatier than the other characters, so he can get away with dodging some projectiles you otherwise couldn't when using this strategy. I don't know why that statue back there is pointing at his nipple. Never noticed that until today. That's great. Oh no, I've been leg grabbed. And then my uppercut punisher which went right through her. Still waiting on the patch to fix that.
Raiden wins. Test your might.
Here we go.
Excellent. Johnny Cage
Strange.
wins. Fight.
That's so dumb, you can't punish that. It's just because the AI is stupid that you can't. And by stupid, I mean overpowered. Literally will read your next button and just counter whatever it is rather than letting itself be punished, which is what it should do. Yeah, you see that? Just the instantaneous fatality.
Raiden. Fight.
Sprite didn't even have a chance to change back to normal. Boy. Stop doing that. Fortunately, we can't trade lightnings with this guy because he frees us. If it was Scorpion, we could trade because it'll knock him out of the pull animation. Alright, here we go. On to Goro. Come on, let's go. Trade kicks. Hit him so hard we knock him off screen. Oh no. This is not good. I hope Goro would stop shaking the screen. I'll just finish him from over here in hopes that Goro will give us a little more space when he drops down. Should be able to. Yeah, but that's the strat with Raiden. I think Johnny Cage that also works with against Goro. I punch Goro over and over again. It's so dumb, but it works. You actually don't want to hit him because that gets him out of the block stun. You do pretty good chip damage considering he's a boss. I just did it again. It's like, what, I got punched in the face? Don't care, just do it again. No one cares. This guy may be a pain. It's like, what character gave you the most trouble? Johnny Cage. Let me transform into him. Stop. I wasn't quite close enough, and I got overzealous, so I just went flying over him. Turn into me, see if I can. Yeah, see, Raiden's got a sash, despite being literally the god of thunder. It's like, why did he need to go get a black belt? He's Raiden, he don't care. Like when you get grabbed, your character goes, "Oh no!"
Raiden.
Get punched. Oh, it was a devious 1,000 brain play to get me in the corner. But the AI is learning. He literally grabbed me, like I pressed the button to do the input and he just grabbed me instead. Because the AI's actions are instantaneous. There's like no startup or anything. It just does them. No back low punch. Unless that dude's got some mad buffering skills. Again, instant grab me out of my command. It's incredibly frustrating. Nothing you can do, so take it. Why can't I hold all these L's?
Raiden.
Oh, I was ducking. Thank you for going easy. I feel like I'm fighting against one of those tasks where they play as Shang Tsung and just like humiliate the AI. Nothing I could do.
Raiden.
Well, there's a strap. How is that fair? Straight up jump kick, man. CPU's greatest strength. Oh, come on. It's instant grabs, man. Who do we have next? Kano? He's gonna be fun.
Raiden.
I feel like he's just changing into like the same three characters to humiliate me. Ah, if only he couldn't transform back.
Raiden.
Kano, that's different. This is really fun. I'm enjoying this. This is why no one ever picks Raiden in MK1. Where's Joe Push when I need it? Got one.
Raiden win.
I got that first hit instantly. He's like, okay, I gotta transform into Shang Tsung. I mean, Goro. I don't know what that was. I've never seen that. That's straight up jump kick. It's just like instantaneous. It's like you're controlling the AI. That's how quick that is. Oh, Goro, great. What's that? You're about to win? Make some progress? No, here's Goro. That was funny. I hope he throws some more knives. Watch it, here comes Goro. Nope.
Raiden wins.
It's one. Alright, here comes Goro. Get ready. See a lot of Goro this round. Liu Kang. Yep, told you. Turn from Goro right back to Goro. Do it again. I told you. I told you it'd be Goro. He starts to lose, he just turns into Goro and beats you.
Raiden.
Top galaxy brain level strat. I got a galaxy brain strat of my own. Please stop turning into Goro. Actually, do it again. All I had to do was ask, and he did it. That took entirely too long. Let's go knock Kano out. I gotta look at Kano's moves right quick. Forward, down, back, up, forward for a spin attack, and knife throw. Hold, block, back, forward. That's weird. It's very weird.
Kano wins. Flawless victory.
Forward, down, back, up. I guess it's just like a full circle motion. Oh, I guess I should make sure my controller's working, huh?
Kano wins.
I gotta play around with that ball. I never liked Kano that much, so I haven't played through with him. I need to figure out the mechanics of how that ball works and how you can use it to punish certain things. He does seem to have a pretty good jump kick for beating the AI, because see how it's very pointed down? That's what you want. And I was even able to hit him even though he's throwing a projectile. Usually shooting that projectile like shrinks your hitbox, or it does for most characters. Or if it doesn't shrink it, at least modifies it in such a way that that is not what I said to do on any of that, but okay.
Scorpion wins. Fight.
Oh, Rich Divisio, the OG Kano. The command for the ball roll would be a lot better on a joystick than a pad. Of course, that's how it was intended. Oh, no reptile. Pretty nice uppercut. Nice rocket ship.
Kano wins. Flawless victory.
Raiden. Another one of my least favorite characters to fight.
Kano wins.
Yeah, Kano's ball though, it looks like it's so slow that the AI would just never fall for that. So you just end up doing this all day.
Kano wins.
Just a hammering kick to punish that, and he just threw me right out of it. Oh. So you can Kano ball after a hard kick. Interesting. I like how that move's just called Kano ball. At least it's not called Kano's balls. There's some stupidity in there as far as like when he releases. Because I would just rather it be instantaneous, but it seems like you can charge it and just kind of spin in place for a second or two. He's so happy with himself. The command for that knife throw is also monumentally stupid. Makes it really easy to mess up and do that when you're trying to do the ball. Of course, the AI has no such problem.
Kano wins.
Seriously, if we ever do this again on screen, we gotta count how many times he throws that knife. I feel like all these bouts versus AI Kano is just spamming knives. Endurance.
Fight.
Force Ball. Kano Ball. Sony Blade has energy rings. The most generic. That was dumb, but I kind of ended up on the positive side of that, so it worked out. That's one fun thing about playing the AI. You'll end up with these like stupid exchanges that you wouldn't see in normal matches. Oh, I was holding block.
Scorpion wins. Fight.
Nice. Thought that would kill. Just going for broke, man.
Finish him. Kano wins. Fight.
Like, you'll seriously eat like a normal hit worth of chip damage because they'll just throw so many projectiles so quickly. Jump back, yeah.
Raiden wins. Fight.
Seriously, just spam projectiles some more, please.
Raiden wins. Kano.
At least I can go straight back to Kano on the select screen. I don't have to maneuver. Jump.
Sub-Zero.
The straight up jump kick, the worst move in the game. Ooh. Jump backwards. Jump backwards. This remote is killing me. Yeah, please stop doing that. May I legitimately have to get the Ori stick out.
Kano wins.
Or if I just wanted to really go all out, I could go get the 2-player X Arcade and slap that bad boy on there. What the heck? actually worked out very nice because the ice pushed him back far enough we were able to hit with a kick.
Test your might.
So proud. Alright, Luke Cameron.
Fight.
So, when I do a projectile, like for example Kano, I have to press back forward. Like hold block and press back forward, or I have to press like forward high punch, or I have to do some command which involves me moving or holding the joystick. The AI doesn't do that. It basically just calls up a special move and executes it with no input at all. So for example, like Raiden's torpedo move. To do that move, a player character has to go back, and forward. So that means to do that move, you're either going to have to take 2 steps back and then go forward, or you're going to have to hold block to hold yourself in place and do back, forward and release it to get the projectile or the special move or whatever it is. But the AI has no such limitation. So like for example Sonya there, her ring toss is like hold block and press back forward low punch or something like that. So it's very involved. You have to do an input and a command for the game to register it. But the AI won't. Like it doesn't have to press buttons to get commands to come out like you do. So it would be the equivalent of like, for example, a normal, let's say just like a high punch. I press the button, I get the high punch. It's instant. Well, same thing with the AI. Not only is its normals instant, but its specials are instant as well. So it's like it's frame perfect to the max, if that makes sense. Like even if I could input that fast, it still wouldn't come out. It's one way they make the AI a little smarter, I guess, or appear to be smarter. It's really just to make you mad. Also remember that if I spam projectiles, the AI will counter it perfectly every time, so it wouldn't matter anyway.
Kano wins. Fight.
Yeah, like see that? So he can just like do 2 projectiles into a flying kick. And then so to do each of those is forward, high punch, I believe. And then the flying kick is forward, high kick. But he has no recovery, and he doesn't have any inputs, he just does it.
Kano wins.
I think we can jump punch spam him as Kano, let's see. Almost. Goro actually usually doesn't spam projectiles, but his projectile is very strong. So even if you block it, you're still gonna die. You can just do that too. The AI, like in particular Goro, but the other ones can do it too. They can actually throw you out of situations that a human player could never throw. Like your sprite, the character sprite has to be a certain way to be thrown, but the AI has no such limitation. If it decides to throw you within range, it can just do it. It doesn't matter. Next week we'll probably do MK2, and if you drop in for that, you'll see how absolutely just busted to pieces that AI is. Like you thought Smash on what is it, Merciless, the level 9 AI, you thought that was bad. Well, you see that MK2 AI. Yeah, did you see that right then? My sprite was actually leaving the ground in the air, but he was able to throw. Like a player character could never do that.
Kano wins.
To throw an opponent, they would have to be like on the ground right in front of you. And I think not holding back, that may not count for players, but lightning.
Kano. Fight.
Infinite.
Kano wins.
That's an infinite. You can just do that until he dies if you do it in the corner.
Fight.
Come on, turn into Goro in the corner. Not exactly what I meant, but okay. Yes, please do the most damaging attack possible. Thank you. Thanks for that. Got him.
Liu Kang.
Who's ready for some Liu Kang?
Fight. Liu Kang wins.
Liu Kang is a bit of a strange cat in MK1. He's extremely floaty. Oh yeah, I hit did I hit the split? Yeah, we were KO. He has this weird not a fatality because he's supposed to be like the good guy protagonist or whatever. But it still will knock you into the pit and impale you if you do it. Yeah, that was important when we had to hit that split. It's the first time I beat the game with Kano in probably a year maybe. I've never played Kano.
Liu Kang wins.
I just don't like his character. He's that like mischievous villain that like always gets away with it because I guess he's too much of a fan favorite, so like Until MK11 is probably the first time Kano had died. Like, he just always this like, haha, I'll get you next time type villain that always runs away. That's very annoying. Which I guess that makes Kano a good character if you love to hate him. Dude's a survivor. Yeah, did you see that? Like how he threw me out of midair? The player can't do that. The best a player would be able to do is block that and then punish with like an uppercut or something. Yeah, they actually liked his portrayal in the movie so much that he is canonically Australian in the games now. Like if you see him in MK10 and MK11, he has an Australian accent. He was just a generic, like, criminal dude up until the movie.
Liu Kang wins. Fight.
Kicked in the face. The good thing about Liu Kang is I can use that high kick to get out of some tight spots, so I won't be in the corner.
Liu Kang wins. Fatality. Test your might.
Might test it. What is my down smash? I need to know that. Yeah, SMZ, I was gonna play some Smash Melee like a week or two ago, and I have the disc, and so I was like, I know it's the little tiny disc, but like the computer I had maybe 10 years ago could read those small discs, and so I was like, okay, it's no big deal. I'll just pop my Melee disc in here and then load it with Dolphin. So I don't have to run video cables and all that, but my new computer, for whatever reason, can't pick up that disc. Or I'm not doing it right. But yeah, straight up, the computer I used to have could read those little mini discs. Oh, that was nice. That's hard to do, but it's fun when you get it. A little jump kick into flying kick combo there. Some of them can. The one I used to have could. My current one cannot. But I mean, Dolphin has a disc option, so like you can run from a disc. So yeah, there's got to be a way to do it. I may investigate that further.
Liu Kang win. Fatality. Fight.
Johnny Cage.
Liu Kang wins.
Yeah, I've been wanting to play some Melee again. Just mainly the one-player stuff. Bring back the memories back in the days. I wanted to like play through and unlock everything again because that's a lot of fun. Like beating the adventure mode and the all-star modes, and the event mode is really fun in that game. It was just, Melee was just such an outstanding example of a game that's great value for your money.
Fatality.
It's like even if you're just a casual player, that's still a fighting game worth getting. Because you can like play it casually and have a lot of fun like getting all the things. Oh yeah, Home Run Derby is fun. I used to cheese it with Roy and just like do his like one-hit KO smash or whatever. Yeah, that game is everything a sequel should be. It's like, here's the core concept of the game and let's just improve it in every way possible.
Liu Kang wins.
And there was none of this like, we'll just patch it later. It was like, no, let's make a good quality game and sell it. This was a disaster.
Excellent. Liu Kang wins. Liu Kang. Fight.
Well, yeah, I mean, most games are, especially back when they couldn't patch stuff. But, you know, if you're just, like, casually playing it, you're probably not going to notice that.
Liu Kang wins. Fight.
Is that one of the... Like, I know it's the old, like, joke making fun of the Melee community, like, no items, Fox only, Final Destination. Is it because the game is glitchy and janky that they have to have all those restrictions, or is it more like... just because the game is not designed to be competitive? Like, I know certain characters get like really strong advantages on certain stages, so that's why you have to limit the stage selection. Because some characters get like infinites or something like that. I am not a pro Melee player. I was in one competitive Melee event like 12-ish years ago.
Liu Kang wins.
I hate you, Liu Kang.
Liu Kang wins.
Yeah, that's the whole point, isn't it?
Liu Kang. Fight. Liu Kang wins.
Have they ever done like item tournaments just to see how busted it would be? I hate you, Liu Kang.
Wins. Fight.
Did they ever ban Meta Knight from Brawl? I know that was the big argument back in the day. Should we ban Meta Knight?
Liu Kang wins. Fatality. Kano wins. Fight.
AI with a frame perfect reaction there. One more.
Liu Kang win. Fight.
Oh, screwed that up.
Kano wins.
Because everybody likes mechanics like characters that trip randomly.
Fight.
Like, I don't care if that was supposed to be a party game. Like, tripping is stupid. You should just put like a random... Like, I understand the game being fundamentally unbalanced at the highest level because it's meant for one style of play, but just a random, like, here's a thing that happens completely at random that puts you at a disadvantage competitively is dumb.
Fight.
Kano. Hate this game. It's like trying to do a backbreaker on me or something. Yeah, Tom Brady, the Mortal Kombat player, not the quarterback. He brought up a really good point in a video that I hadn't really thought about, but more game designers should think about. And so right now, at least the non-Smash FGC, there's kind of this argument about the casualization of fighting games because developers like Tekken, Namco, and Capcom, and who else? Like even Soul Calibur, Namco also, have put in all these mechanics that are like comeback mechanics. It's like, okay, when you're down to 25% of your health, you have access to a rage move which armors through anything and gives you a guaranteed 25, or 30% damage on your opponent. Or like Mortal Kombat 11 has Fatal Blow, which is like when your health is low, you press the two buttons together and you get this big 50% damage attack to help you fight your way back. There's comeback mechanics. And a lot of like more hardcore people have decried that. And they're like, this is stupid, it's to make the game easier, it dumbs it down, it reduces the skill gap. Like in Mortal Kombat 11, you get meter automatically. You don't have to earn it, you just get it automatically. And so his point was like look, casual players, they don't care about high-level mechanics. So what you should do is make the competitive part of the game extremely polished and competitive, and make it very deep. But don't dumb it down for casual players, because casual players don't care about that stuff. if you make a game that casual players can enjoy, like Melee did, a lot of people will want to play it at that next level. So, you know, put a lot of really good casual player content like costumes, single player, story mode endings. Melee is a good example. Lots of different modes that have an interesting twist on the core design. And then back that up with what's actually a very solid one-on-one or whatever it is fighting experience. And so people who are just in it for like the casual stuff, they'll buy the game. So if you're the developer, you get the $60. And then some of them will stick around and become pro players, and then pro players will stick around because they wanted to be pro players anyway. And they will carry the game onward so that you can continue to sell like DLC and updates and those type of things. And it was just a really good point I never thought about before. I kind of thought about, okay, fighters have to become more casual because otherwise they won't sell enough. It's like, no, not necessarily. You can still make a game that both sides of that coin can enjoy. Like, I went to high school and college with several people that loved Tekken, but they loved it for like the story and the characters. And I mean, Tekken up until that point, it still kind of does. It had a very minimalistic story, but they just liked the design of the characters so much, and the way they fight and interact and cutscenes and those things, that they were really drawn to it. But they never like sought out competition in tournaments like I did. You know, I like all of it. I like the competitive stuff and I like the story. Should have hit. I got hosed.
Liu Kang wins. Fatality. Test your might.
Yeah, Sakurai wanted Smash to be a party game. Yeah, I think everybody knew that, but it's sad that Nintendo is so combative towards that, because like I just went on that rant about, they could very easily make a game that appealed to both parties. Like, imagine if Melee, for example, was competitively balanced, but I mean, I think people would still play it because you can still have Pikachu fight Link on Brinstar, like you said. Although I know they have tried to do better. Oh yeah, I don't know. I know they haven't been very kind to like the actual tournament goers, but I have seen like in the latest Smash Ultimate, how every stage has like a normal version and then like the competitive variant. I thought that was a nice olive branch, because there's nothing from stopping people from doing a tournament on either variant. And so that in itself gives you a greater variety of stages. Yeah, and Capcom is probably where that competitive like openness comes in, because they're so used to developing Street Fighter.
Liu Kang wins.
Terry's actually from SNK property, but yeah, Capcom has worked with SNK a lot before, so it's actually not the first time you could have Terry Bogard fight Ken and Ryu. That's something else I need to play on stream, is some old Neo Geo fighters. Those are all really good. Stuff like Fighter's History, and I love World Heroes. That's a fun game. You never played some World Heroes? Play some Fight Fever, the greatest two-player fighting game ever developed. You guys just don't know about Fight Fever. Oh! See that clutch kick there? Beat it, chump.
Liu Kang wins. Fatality.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. There was no escaping that one. Unfortunately, Liu Kang has no real way of cheesing out Goro, so this could be painful. You can usually get a free fireball in after a knockdown. So basically got a little combo potential.
Liu Kang wins. Fight.
They'll be punch pounded. All the attacks are gone. Thought we had him. As soon as I saw that fireball, I knew it was over.
Liu Kang. Fight.
Diagonals on this controller are really screwing me up. Yeah, like Goro's hitbox is so big, if you throw that projectile out at any time after he's on the ground, it's probably still going to hit.
Liu Kang wins. Fight.
Catch me. Got him.
Liu Kang wins. Fight.
Alright, let's go. This is the canonical ending of Mortal Kombat 1, by the way. I should have punished that. I had all the time in the world. That was a good movie.
Wins. Fight.
Can you please link where you download this from? I think I have the arcade version and I have 4 credits. Depending on how you're playing it, if you just have the MK Arcade Collection, you can get it on Steam. I think it's still on Steam. For extremely cheap. It should be on free play. And you can actually set the difficulty. If you're just getting a ROM and playing on main, you just have to press F2 and mess with your settings. Yeah, unfortunately I can't mention where to download ROMs or anything on stream, but choose ye old Google. I also have a tutorial on my channel you can check out, T-God. I did one for all 3 original Mortal Kombats, including this one. And the quality is kind of crap because I didn't understand resolutions. I still don't, but I understood resolutions even less at that point. So it was pretty crappy, but it gets the job done, and it kind of explains like the basic like what you want to do to beat MK.
Johnny Cage.
And I can actually talk a little bit about it as we go through with this one too. But kudos to you for starting at the beginning. MK1 is a rough game to start with. All these old MKs are pretty rough. Like, I don't know what, you know, if you're wanting to play competitive or just like get into the Mortal Kombat series, whatever you want. These old games are extremely difficult to start with because the AI is meant to waste your time and take your money. It's not made for you to have fun with. Oh, way to go, man. I just remember like spending hours and hours and hours playing this, growing up, wasting. When my parents had this game in the shop, you know, obviously I'd play it free, but if you went anywhere you had to pay. And I just remember wasting hours and hours trying to get to the boss because it just seemed like no matter what you did, you would always lose. And these games are kind of devious in that they will let you do well enough to think that you're like 1/4 away from beating it, so you'll try again, and then it just kills you again. Oh yeah, I'm probably going to stream, after I finish this I'll be calling it a night because we're on the last character, but I'm going to do Mortal Kombat 2 next Monday. And if you think this game is bad, wait till you see the AI in MK2. Fortunately, it's easier to beat than this if you know the trick to it. MK1 is kind of janky, so you can exploit the AI, but not like you can in MK2, because the MK2 AI is just like stupid hard-coded. It's like going to do the exact same thing every single time. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Like, even if the arcade operator sets the game on very easy, by the time you reach like stage 4 or 5, it jacks up the difficulty to very hard.
Wins. Fatality. Test your might.
I'm running out of liquid refreshment.
Fight.
Ouch. If you're looking for a really good story-based Mortal Kombat game, because they didn't really get story-heavy until the PlayStation 2 era, MK Deception is pretty good, and it has like a one-player. They call it Conquest mode. It's like an open-world exploration mode. It's pretty good, and it teaches you how to play the game too.
Johnny Cage.
Yeah, liquid refreshment. In the vaporwave font there. Way to go. Ouch. You see that stupid straight up jump kick? It's so dumb. Mortal Kombat is an excellent game to play casually because the old games, at least for me, are about like the sound effects and pulling off moves and combos against the AI. Because there was a lot of that went on, like, anytime. But there's a lot of that went on, like, in the arcade days, even in a fairly rural area like I'm from. It wasn't just about beating people competitively, it was about knowing all the secrets and, like, being able to pull off the moves. Because unless you had, like, an old dial-up modem and, what, BBS access, you weren't going to be talking about this online. I remember the one of the older kids at the place we used to have MK at for MK3. He knew how to do the fatality with Cabal where he takes his mask off and scares you to death. And so sometimes I would just ask the kid, like, here's a quarter, will you go show me the fatality? It's so cool. Not even how to do it, just like I just want to see it. And again, talking about Tom Brady, the MK player, not the football player. He does a podcast where he talks with some of the old arcade titans of back in the day about people selling fatality sheets and, you know, because you could either go subscribe to like EGM monthly for however many dollars it was, buy the magazine, or you could just pay this like shady street kid for this piece of notebook paper with like fatalities written down on it.
Johnny Cage wins.
Which is the better value proposition? People would like cover up their hands when they did the moves so you couldn't learn the moves. It was some crazy like Wild West, Avatar the Last Airbender type stuff going on. I don't know how at all that's like Avatar the Last Airbender, but definitely some Wild West stuff.
Johnny Cage wins. Test your might.
I may have to get started a little earlier next week because MK2 has more characters, but at the same time it's easier to beat. There's about 2 or 3 characters that make the game kind of hard to beat, but we can still get through it. It's not impossible.
Johnny Cage wins. Fight. Johnny Cage wins. Fight.
Knock my own head off.
Cage wins. Fatality.
I also miss how fatalities used to be really quick, because that's really what fatalities were about. They weren't really about like the... It's basically Saw at this point, like in MK11. Some of the fatalities are so just long and drawn out and pointless. Well, that was dumb.
Wins. Fight.
Oh, there's diagonals. Yeah, see, this guy gets it. You know, that was a really big deal back in the day. Like, you beat your opponent, you press the command, knocks his head off. There was something, yeah, like, see that. That was a very quick exchange, right? Like, the AI, he got the last hit on me, took my health away, finish him comes up, boom, finishes me off. It looks very natural. It's very quick, sweet, impactful, exactly like you said. But nowadays, you know, like, you know, the new Mortal Kombat fatalities, again, because they have to casualize it, like, you get 35,000 seconds to execute a finishing move, and they sell easy fatalities just in case you can. But whatever, that's neither here nor there. But you know, now the fatality would be like, okay, you get the last hit, there's that kind of pause, everything kind of pauses for a second, it's like, okay, we're going into finish him mode now. So the guy just like stands there like, ugh. And then so Raiden will like hit the guy and spin him around and then electrocute him, and his head will fly up in the air, and he'll throw his staff at the head, and the head will fall down into the body and like cause it to explode, and then the intestines will come out, and then Raiden skips rope with him and uses that to catch the head and sling it into the screen, and it comes out and hits the player. I mean, it's like, where did we, like, what are we even doing? Yeah, that's my thoughts exactly. I'm actually working on a video about that because I think Mortal Kombat as a series is kind of going in the wrong direction. See, like, look at that.
Johnny Cage.
The first time I saw that back in the day, like as a little kid, I probably didn't sleep for a week. That's how cool and like crazy that was. But now it's like everything in the game is like just insane. Oh, that's a bad move. Come on.
Johnny Cage wins. Fight.
And MK2 had all the little secrets, right? Like holding down on both joysticks to make the guy fall off the spikes. That was really neat. Yeah, the screen darkening effect and the music, it all just goes together. Like I said, early Mortal Kombat is about like the experience and the sounds. Like you wouldn't really want to play Mortal Kombat 1 competitively. I mean, you can, but it's kind of a broken mess. Unfortunately, most, after 20 years, pretty much all the Mortal Kombats except the very most recent ones are a mess when you talk about competitive play. UMK3 is a lot of fun competitively. Some people like to play Trilogy. 4 is a disaster. You don't even want to talk about the PlayStation 2 games. They're all a mess. 9 was fun, but it's competitively a mess. But people played it competitively because it's such a good game. Like, it gets a lot of stuff right. That was the last Mortal Kombat game to have decent fatalities, in my opinion. And they can be violent. Like, I don't even mind the violence. Like, take for example Smoke, my favorite character. His MK9 fatalities, both of them are extremely graphic, but they're quick and they're to the point, and they make sense in the context of like, this is something this character might actually do to finish off an opponent. Like when you've got Raiden, who's supposedly like the protector of Earthrealm, out here electrocuting people's eyeballs out of their head, and then like specifically shooting them up in the air so he can like do trick shots with them. It's just dumb. It makes no sense for his character. It's overdone. Like Raiden in this game, his finisher is very short, it's to the point, it's obviously fatal. It makes sense, it's something he might do. But, yeah, I just don't know. The new fatalities are really dumb. It's like I want to like and play MK11 so bad, but every time I pick it up and play it, I'm like, I'll just go play Tekken, or I'll go play this, or something that isn't just like down 4-1 all day. And the thing is, like, I've always loved Shiva. She's like one of my favorite characters in MK, and she finally is not only a DLC character in the game, but she's actually really strong because of that stomp everybody hates. But because it's still just MK11, I don't even really want to play it. Wait, what am I doing?
Johnny Cage wins. Fight!
One thing I found is the AI still reads your inputs even if you can't move. So like, for example, if you've just taken a ground pound and you're holding up because you're just like gung-ho to jump, it's probably going to do a fireball because it's waiting on you to try to wake up.
Johnny Cage wins.
Alright, we're almost at the end. And whatever that time is, we got to add like maybe 20 minutes to it. Because I accidentally borked the split there. When we were playing as Sonya, I had to remap it because I kept hitting it by accident. This whole, like, every character run could be done super quick. With a lot of practice and a little luck. I just want to see how quickly I can do it.
Johnny Cage
See that?
wins.
That's what you want.
Flawless victory.
Goro in the corner. Easy. Nope. Crap out of We'll do it again. It's GG. So 2 hours and 34 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and say that's almost 3 hours because it took us about that long to beat Sonya's quest or whatever you want to call it, campaign, as SMZ calls it, the single player campaign. But not bad. LOL, I don't know. I don't know, I'm averse to call that a campaign because, like, generally, like, let's say you play something like Battlezone or Total War or even Europa Universalis and you pick a country or a character or whatever. It's a campaign, right? Because you're taking control of that faction and they're going to wage like a war or a sequence of events or whatever. But the arcade mode is not really canon because you don't really have one character that fights every other character. It's just kind of like, hey, here's a bunch of challenges and a last boss at the end of it using all the other characters because there's no like non-one-on-one fighting content in this game for you to use. So. Although some fighters have tried it. You've got stuff like Rise of the Robots and Tattoo Assassins that have tried to work the arcade story into why the player is choosing this one character and fighting all the other characters. But most of those games are terrible. So it's best just to stick to the arcade fighter go of things, I guess. Oh, if we get to MK3, there's literally a Mortal Kombat the movie advertisement in there when you beat the game, which is neat. And it's like nothing can prepare you for the see the movie summer '95 or whatever it was. But anyway, we'll call that an even 3 hours, just to not be generous to myself. It's probably 3-ish hours, maybe a little under, like 250 or something like that for all 7 original characters. I really wish I hadn't screwed up the Sonya timing, but hey. Anyway, guys, it's past midnight, so you all need to go to bed. And goodness knows I do. I've got work tomorrow. But hey, thanks for hanging out. It was fun. Come back next week. If you're watching this on the rebroadcast, as usual, you can catch my live streams Monday nights, Central Time, 9 to 12. Next week, we're going to beat all the characters in Mortal Kombat 2. So you don't want to miss that. If you like this kind of stuff, you'll enjoy it. Take care, guys. You've been great.